Hi, Joe Murphy. I talked to you in the past couple of sessions about hiring people, and we talked in the last session about using 15-minute screening interviews ahead of time. This really weeds people out very quickly, and you're not spending an hour. So you can once you start understanding the power of a 15-minute interview, you can get the interview down to maybe even 10 minutes, even 5 minutes. And you part friends if it's not a good fit. Does that make sense? You're parting friends and you're feeling good about the person, and you schedule a little LinkedIn with the person and say, hey, good luck. But this is it. And very easily, so this way you save your recruiter people's time. You say, hey, look, John, this has been a great interview, but your heart is somewhere else. Your skills are over here. I'm over here. You would not be a good fit for our organization because your skills are over here. I need this right now. But you're a great candidate for other organizations. You'll be hired by someone else. Lets them off the hook and makes them feel good about themselves. I say, look, it would be a mistake. You would not be happy here. You think you would, but you see these gaps here? They're too big, and that's not what you want. And it lets the person go on to the next interview with a different company. All right, second thing here. I said this before, I'll say it again. This idea of hiring bad breath is better than no breath is a killer. It's a demoralizer. It will drain the energy from your organization and suck your time up by hiring the wrong people. When I'm looking for somebody, I'm looking for attitude. I mentioned that, I believe, in the third video, attitude and aptitude, that they have the attitude to learn and develop themselves because it's ongoing and change, and they have the aptitude to be able to absorb the information. But also I've got energy and excitement levels, and I talked about that in the previous video. I want to make sure people are excited about the opportunity. So I'm selling the vision, and this is critical. I want to explain what we do and how we're going to get there. I make sure this is upfront and make sure that the person's skills are aligned to where we're going, or they have the aptitude and attitude to develop the skills necessary in order to help achieve the vision. Now, the second thing that I want to point out about this vision, when I'm doing the hiring process, I want to make sure the managers who actually are working directly for me and then managers below all understand this vision and are able to articulate it and also sell the vision as well to others during the hiring process. They should be so enthusiastic about it that they sell the vision to the customer. Now, you might say, that's kind of weird. Customers want to know where you're going, that you're in it for the long term. The last aspect is when you're having your one-on-ones with your candidate, after the person's been hiring, and I put this on a LinkedIn post, you're doing a couple things. One, you have one-on-one. Tell me what you did. You want to make sure that, by the way, it's their agenda. It's always, when you do a one-on-one, if you do it weekly, that's a little bit too much, I think. Every other week is a good time. If you're doing it once a month, it's almost too long. But a one-on-one should take, again, I say 15 minutes. Anything longer than 15 minutes, you're wasting your time. You're talking about football games, and it's not a place to talk about football games. So a one-on-one, and I'm going to use the vision. So this is critical. After the person is on board, and you do this with all your team members, this one-on-one is critical for alignment because Gallup says from their survey results that over 50% of employees don't know what is expected of them. And what I do is making sure in the one-on-ones that they control the agenda. The employee controls the agenda when seeing me. And I make them send me the bullets that we're going to discuss. And once I see the bullets, I can ask questions or I can let the person talk about it. And the meeting takes 5 minutes. But I also want to make sure that it's structured this way. Tell me what you accomplished last week, last 2 weeks, and how this is aligned towards the vision of your team or the goal of your team. What'd you accomplish last week? Okay, this might sound micromanaging, but I'm telling you, it creates harmony and synchronicity between you and the employee. Now, I'm talking about the direct manager. I don't do one-on-ones with somebody else's team. I don't do that because that creates all sorts of a mess, but that's another video. So one-on-one, your direct report, your managers, your direct managers need to meet with their direct people one-on-one. Tell me what you did last week. What are the obstacles, challenges that you're facing that I can help remove? And then 3, what are you trying to accomplish next week or next 2 weeks? If they don't know, there's an issue. And again, this is real basic stuff. Tell me what you're trying to accomplish next week. Now, you ask these same questions every single time, okay? But it's their agenda, but you're going to ask these 3 questions. Tell me what you accomplished last week. What are the obstacles? How can I help you? What training do you need? Where are you having problems? That's number 2. Number 3 is what are you trying to accomplish next week? And I take notes so that when I sit back down with the person said, if they tell me what they accomplished, I might say, well, what about this other item or this other item? Did you get that? Now, if that sounds like micromanaging, it's not. It's good leadership. You are helping them to make sure they know what's expected of them. And this Gallup poll that says 50% of people don't know what's expected, you cannot fault yourself for if they fill out a survey and say, I don't know what's expected, because in this one-on-one, they know clearly what is expected. All right. Hopefully this helps and it sets a good path for you in hiring and keeping your people aligned to the vision and the goals. I'm Joe Murphy, and I'm here for your success. Thanks for watching.